Oh my goodness, we are at the end of the year. 2024 is right around the corner. Let's plan out our yearly goals as well as get our bills mapped out, see where we're at so that we can go into the next year really well. Hey everyone, okay, we are going to go and just plan out our goals and our overviews. And if you are thinking to yourself, I got to plan out a whole new year, I have no idea where to start, well, then you're in the right place because I want to go ahead and just simplify the process for you. I'm going to walk you through my thought process as I set it up, and hopefully that will help you on your journey to set up your planner and create success for your budget in the next year. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Laura from Lime & Joy. I'm a wife, a medical coder, and a mom of 6, and I'm on a journey to become debt-free and break generational cycles of debt so the next generation can live and give like they were meant to. So if it interests you, I would love if you subscribe to the Lime & Joy community and hit that thumbs up button so others can find me a little more easily. All right, so let's go ahead and get straight into this. I'm going to just give you the simple start of how I start and map out my next year of planning, and I'm hoping that will inspire and help you in your planning so that it's not overwhelming. I don't need to make it complicated. Let's not have a million different things to do. I'm going to just give you step by step how I do it, and hopefully that will help you for you to do it. All right, I'm going to take a sip of this coffee, get what you need. If that's coffee, if that's tea, water, a piece of paper and a pen, or your planner so that we can jump into the next year. All right, so I have went ahead and printed out just a few new forms that I have that helps me kind of plan out what I'm doing for the next year. Many years, I just wrote this down on paper, but for you guys, I'm going to go ahead and write it out here, and I'm going to include it in a link below for free. It is included in my planners going forward, but for those of you that already purchased it, it's probably not a part of that planner, so you might want to do the digital download for some of these forms, okay? The first thing is this yearly overview. This is simply just I like all my important dates, my birthdays, my holidays, things that I just need a bird's eye view, like, hey, what's going on this month? I actually see a few that I missed, like what we have Valentine's Day here, right? And as I go along the year, I'll probably add a few more to this. If I go on vacation or something, I might put that on there as well. I like to have this on one sheet just so I can do a quick glance of anything that's important or really majorly needs to be addressed or financed. Then I want to see it on here, especially because this is my budget planner, right? Next, I have this new yearly goal one. This is the one that I'm going to have on a digital download below, but is also included in my new yearly 2024 planner. This is going to be a really good thing for you to put at the beginning and forefront of your planner. That way, as you're going through your year, you can be reminded of your goals. As you're opening it, make sure you put it at the front. So it's just continuing you, like, what's your goals? What are you going for? This is going to be important for you. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is my income, is my very first goal, and I'm talking in regards to cash flow. So anything that improves and increases my cash flow, I want to focus on. With the economy the way it is and with our money devaluing, this is going to be really important. I feel like 9-to-5 jobs just doesn't cut it anymore. We have to look outside of that, look for side hustles and or ways to increase the cash flow. So the first thing I want to do is I want to have a goal to increase my income by $1,000, and that can be side hustle or maybe a new entrepreneur thing that I decide to do or something like that. Last year I increased it by about that, and this year I want to again increase a little bit by about that. I also want to increase the amount that's coming in, so I'm going to focus on decreasing spending. Especially on things that are frivolous. As we look back, I want you to think about everything that you bought in 2023. Think about the things for birthdays and Christmases and of last year that, fell into this year, and Valentine's Day and summer holidays. And I want to think how many of those things either got broke, never played with, or not utilized. Like I bought this blender and I told myself I'm only going to open it if I use it. And I put it in my garage, and I didn't use it for 6 months, and so I returned it because Costco is good like that and they'll take it back. And I just thought, oh my goodness, how many times do we buy stuff that is in the moment feels so much like we need it, but the truth is we don't, right? I just think that we need to really look back and think about that so that you can be wise in your spending this upcoming year. And that all by itself could increase your cash flow if you're not, able to get a side hustle or another job. Okay, so for my next one, we're going to focus on my debt snowball. Now, if you're in debt, I think that this should be your number 2 as well, because really, other than your income, the next thing that should be on your mind is your debt. Now, if you're not in debt, this really should be wealth building strategies, right? Or how to utilize your money to grow for your retirement, or things like that could go here. For me, I'm still in debt, so I just want to stick to my debt payoff plan. And I'm going to review and create new, I'm going to do a new debt payoff plan. Let me show you my one I used last year. Okay, so this is the one that I used last year, and I have loved it. It's been fantastic. I created a plan on the Vertex 42 calculator, which if you don't have a plan, I'll link that video above here. Plug in your numbers, create a new plan, and if you're in a debt payoff journey and you have created a plan, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to review, plug in my current numbers, make sure I'm on track, I didn't miss anything or nothing grew, because that's something to always review. And I'm going to probably, I just want to revamp this. So I actually have this not for sale right now on my website because I'm revamping a whole new one so that I can put it out for the new year, which I think would be so much fun. I just kind of like doing new things that motivate me and keep me going on this debt payoff journey. Okay, so that's what I have planned for my debt snowball. Next is going to be my savings and investing. And this is very controversial because usually if you're in a debt snowball, you're never ever investing. But the truth of the matter is I still have my 401k for my husband going. And there's just a few other things that are smart to do when at this stage and age in my life. So I'm going to continue. I think even if you're in a debt payoff, if you are self-employed, you should have a high yield savings account. So I have a high yield savings account where anything that I save for my car maintenance or for my taxes or large things like that even in your debt payoff journey, you should have. How about that $1,000 emergency fund? I go ahead and I put it in my high yield savings account so my money can make money for me. And it's not a tremendous amount, but it's enough to make a difference to not just leave it in cash at home or leave it in the bank just sitting there devaluing. So my high yield savings account is Wealthfront. I absolutely love Wealthfront. They have a 5% annual payout right now, which is really, really good. There's no fees, there's no withdrawal, transfer fees, none of that. I think the minimum to start is $1. That's it. That's all you need to open it. There's ATMs near you, and they just released that you can go ahead and get access to your money same day, and they offer a debit card if you request it. I'm telling you, Wealthfront has been so great. It's not a brick and mortar, bank. It's an online only, but it is FDIC insured up to like $8 million. So I've been telling you, it's been super safe, or as safe as any other bank that we have access to. So that's what I want to do for my continued on my high yield savings account. Let me grab a sip of this, guys. I think I'm coming down with a cold. And let me tell you, cold season is upon us. Okay, so I'm going to continue on that. And then I'm also going to open up a SEP IRA. And if you are self-employed, you should have one of these. I meant to do it mid-year, but life ran away with me. So I'm going to open it up now. And this basically means anything I make off of my, entrepreneur or side hustles, I'm going to put into the SEP IRA instead of spending it. 1, it'll help me save, and 2, it'll offset my taxes. So even if not all of it goes there, I'm going to put as much as I can there to help offset that. And then I'm going to also set up auto transfer for my Roth IRA. Because otherwise, you know what happens? Nothing. It never makes it there. There's always an excuse. And I don't have very much going into here because my main goal is still my debt snowball. But even $100 or $200 going there Makes me feel like there's some money on the side, and it kind of keeps it open. But when this is paid off, I'll probably pour a lot more money into this area. Right now, it's just the minimal. It's utilizing what I'm already saving for, and making that money make money for me and offsetting my tax bracket. Okay. All right. Next is my budget or budgeting. And I do feel like it was really great growth in budgeting in 2023, but I need to do a little better in a few areas. One is to track my spending. Okay, let me move this up a little bit here for y'all. I want to track my spending. Now, I am not going to, I'm not the person that's going to sit and like write out every expense. I do include that in my yearly planner if that's you. And if you're really struggling staying on target and you keep overspending, that may be a good option for you. For me, I can see it on my online account. There's no reason for me to be redundant and copy it, but I do need an overview of it. So let me see if I can find it here for you guys. But I do like a check-in. Okay, sorry, it took me a minute to find it. Okay, so I have this included in my monthly, my planner, and people will write that out, and I think that's great if that's you, if that keeps you on target, and for many, many, many people, it does do that. For me, that's too time-consuming and redundant for my brain, so I just want to do a check-in, and I simply just write in groceries and I total all that for a week. I'll put the week date range right here, and then gasoline, and then extra spending, because every single other dollar is accounted for. Every bill dollar, every savings dollar, every cash envelope dollar is accounted for. The only thing that can get out of control for me is the gas, groceries, and extra spending. So seeing it here helps me. I do put my goals and reminders and things that I need to keep focused on right here, and this really has helped me. So I want to utilize this, and I actually think I want to do a video for y'all, probably once a month, just checking in and showing it and holding myself accountable. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about my budgeting and tracking my spending. I'm going to write in here, I want to do a weekly check-in shorts, just for you guys to keep me accountable. And even when it doesn't look good, I'm going to do it for you so that you can see. Just real life happens, doesn't it? Okay. Next is going to be my personal growth. Okay. This one, I just love setting goals for me. I am not a huge book reader. I am an Audible book listener. And I just started this year listening to some books that I'm really, wanting to grow my personal growth. And the book that I focused on, and I do buy it still. I buy it in paper, and I buy it on Audible. Mostly this is because I'm dyslexic and I need to see both. So I like to follow along, highlight, and listen to it at the same time. And this book was just transformational for me. If you need a foundational money book, this is it. I'm telling you, it's so basic and it's entertaining to really get your mind around like the psychology of money. I will put this in the link below because if you're starting out in this and you're ready to change your financial future, here's a great one for you. Okay. So this year, though, I want to grow and read/listen to 10 books. And these could be financial books. They'll probably be spiritual books and personal, habit books. But the first ones I'm going to start with is the one called Mindset, and another one called Atomic Habits. And I've been wanting to read these ones for a while, and these are the ones I think I'm going to start out with and then take it from there. Okay, that's my yearly goals. That's all we're going to do on this one. I was thinking about doing my budget overview as well, but to be honest with you, I think this will be just too long, and I want to keep it short and simple for you. So get your yearly goals mapped out, so you really have a good plan of what you're doing going into the next year. What is important to you? What do you need to focus on? And then I'm going to put out a video for you just tomorrow that shows you how to do a budget overview of all of your bills so you don't miss a bill, fall behind, or have that, scenario where, oops, okay, now I have my checking account messed up or anything like that. I'm going to show you how to make sure every single bill is accounted for and that doesn't happen. But make sure you have these yearly goals mapped out. Find the free download in the link below. And as always, find joy in the journey, and I'll see you all next time.